There is one manhwa so fucking retardedly underrated, it pisses me off every time I hear it. You guys may or may not know it, but I'm talking about Legend of Northern Blade. It's a story so good, it makes half of modern anime, manhwas and mangas look like they were written during a lunch break by a child. And the craziest part is, most people don't even know it exists. This story is so gatekept, for no good reason. If you do not already know what Legend of Northern Blade's about, let me explain it for you right quick. Just imagine ancient martial arts in a Muram world with a badass main character who does not give a fuck. It's a Muram manhwa, commonly compared to like Nanomachine and stuff, which is also a great manhwa, but Legend of a Northern Blade is 10 steps out of it. It's got martial clans, sex, power struggles, but instead of being bloated, generic, and horny for no reason, it's tight, focused, and ruthless. This story will 100% try its absolute best to insult your intelligence, and if you're not paying attention while reading, it will show later on. It's that type of manhwa you read and you just forget like all your struggles, you forget about the real world, you just enjoy the story. It is one of those amazing manhwas. Now let's dive into the story. At the core of this story, it's a revenge manhwa. The main character, Jinmu Won's father, was murdered in front of him by a bunch of political retards. And the basis of this story is him getting revenge on those people. Now, while at its core it is a revenge manhwa, it's not that cringe ass shit where the MC just says, I'm gonna kill everybody, lose my feelings, and do nothing productive the entire manhwa. It's not like that. The story actually has depth. The story starts with Jinmu Won watching his father, the Legend of Northern Heavenly Sect, get murdered. He watches his father sacrifice himself to protect him, and as a child he grows up pretending he doesn't have any martial arts. His father, before dying, passes on all the martial arts of his sect to him. It's a secret thing. The whole sect is actually the martial arts, and no one else knows this. So Jinmu Won grows up hiding his powers. He has to train in secret, hiding against everybody after him. Jinmu Won is not given glory, he's not given praise, his whole entire early life is filled with hatred. He's beaten by random people, his father's murdered in front of him, everybody in this world is against him. He starts off as a weak character getting bullied by others, but you slowly watch him develop into someone very upstanding. You watch him build his skills, train the martial arts his father taught him before dying, and he eventually becomes someone so overpowered, nobody can stand up to him. The story follows Jinmu Won as he tries to get revenge for his father. He has to fight against all the powers of the current world, and make something new. And if you read long enough, he definitely does that. This story is so satisfying to read. If there were just two words to describe the main character, Jinmu Won, it would be terrifying and wholesome at the same time. Every time he fights, it feels like a decision and not a flex. That alone puts him above 90% of shitty ass, crappy manhwa plots. When you were a kid and you grew up watching anime, you always wanted that badass, cold character that was calm every fight, won every fight, and earned it. And that is exactly Jinmu Won. He fights for revenge, but he actually shows restraint when needed. He's kind when needed. But most importantly, when he's fighting someone that directly impacted his life or his father's, he kills them. And like, I don't mean like kills them, I mean like he just destroys them, like everything about them. He destroys their sect, he destroys their family, he just destroys everything about them. He's that badass main character you always wanted to see growing up as a kid. Now let's talk about the vast array of side characters in this manhwa. The manhwa follows Jinmu Won obviously, but through that following, you see him build people around him. He gains followers, he gains loyal people who are also very strong. It can sort of be compared to like high school gang manhwas, where they start off as nobody, they get strong, and they build loyal followers because of that strength and kindness. That is what Jinmu Won does. All the side characters in this manhwa are 10 steps ahead though. Each one of them has character development. Each one of them has a backstory that actually affects the story. All the side characters have motivations, have their own loyalties, and their own regrets. The enemies aren't evil just for fun, they're products of the same broken system. Jinmu Won's allies aren't loyal because of friendship. They choose to stand by Jinmu Won, knowing it might ruin them, and that really sets this story apart. This story understands something so crucial. Power does not just change the wielder, it reshapes everybody around him. And this manhwa shows that 100 times better than anything else I've ever read. Now, the setting and worldbuilding the author of this story made is just unreal. Like, the Muram in this story feels so alive, and it's so easy to follow as well. Like, with a lot of Muram manhwas, it's really hard to follow like the different sects there are, the different clans there are, and what's actually going on around the main character. But this manhwa makes it so easy. Just the world building of this story alone made me go into a rabbit hole of Muram's story and fantasy worlds like this straight after. Like, as soon as I finished this manhwa, I probably read 15 others very similar to it, and nothing just scratched the itch like this one did. There is so much political tension in this manhwa. Like, the people who destroyed the Northern Heavenly Sect weren't actually evil. They were just a couple bystanders and people built by the same corrupt system. Which, if you think about it, kinda relates to the real world at the moment. Now, you dickheads might think I'm trolling, but I'm really not. I've probably put thousands of hours into reading manhwas. It's like many different types of stories, all different types of art, and I can't really get enough of the art of this story. It is so clean. It's so subtle and simple, but it gets the job done in a really effective way. The scenes the author wants to look good are made to look really good. The fights are really good. You can follow them as really well. It's almost like you're watching an anime just made frame by frame. Like, unimportant scenes still have so much effort put into them clearly. The different sects, the different clans, the different bases for all the people, they're all so well drawn. It really is amazing. The colors as well, they all stand out, they're very vibrant. And I'll be real, the color of Jinmu 1's sword is just badass as fuck. Like, black and purple, bro. Like, that's just tough as shit, no? Now, what I love most about this manhwa is probably Jinmu 1, the main character. You see him build so much confidence that he actually deserves. You watch him develop from someone who's weak, no confidence in himself, no martial arts, develop into one of the strongest sect leaders of the world. And he did it all with his own power and strength. Doesn't rush him, doesn't beg you to chase the trends of him, doesn't beg you to care about him. It makes you build that, and it really does. Jinmu 1 is that main character that just scratches the itch perfectly. Like, when you sit at home, you want to read a manhwa, you get them crappy MCs that, you know, they're all building a harem, they're all overpowered, they don't have any real depth. Jinmu 1 is the opposite. He built all his strength himself, he deserves everything he gets, and he did it with lots of love and respect, while also being the most badass motherfucker out. Now, looking at this manhwa from a critical standpoint, there is one thing I think it could improve on, and that's if you're just a casual reader and just starting manhwas, and you're kind of accustomed to that brain rot shit, crappy slop you normally get, it's a bit hard to follow at the start. Like, you actually have to pay attention to all the characters and all the relationships that the main character is building. The Legend of a Northern Blade definitely demands intelligence. Like, if you're just some dumbass retard trying to read this shit, you is not going to be able to follow it, and you're going to hate it and drop it probably after the first 10 chapters. But, genuinely, anyone with half a brain and actually enjoys story reading and fighting manhwas, you will love this shit. You will eat this shit up. Everybody watching this video needs to drop what they're doing right now and start reading this manhwa. This story deserves so much more hype and recognition. This manhwa reminds you of what happens when a story trusts its audience, commits to its actual themes, and does not compromise for hype. If you like revenge stories, badass main characters who go from weak to being strong and overpowered, and actually have someone they value and love, you will read this shit and love it. So yeah, you guys should definitely read Legend of a Northern Blade. Thank you so much for making it up to this point in the video. If you made it this far, shout out you gang, you're a sick cunt. Make sure to please leave a like, subscribe and a follow. That'd be awesome, and I really appreciate you guys. Have a great evening.